Hello, everyone. Welcome. Like I always say, happy Saturday night. Another beautiful day for me here in South Carolina. Well, not sunny day, but it's still beautiful. It's always beautiful here. That's why I love it here. Anyway, as always, give you guys about 3 minutes to get up in here, get started. So I always talk about this subject a lot: home ownership. It gets talked about all the time in the chat rooms, on Facebook. You see all this advice. Slaves giving other slaves advice, financial advice. It's really sad to see. It really is sad. It's not, and it's like it's just sad to watch. That's all. I don't say anything. It's not my place for people to believe whatever they want to believe and not trust mathematics. It's totally up to them. Sunny and hot in Atlanta. You know what? I lived in Washington State all my life, and I was like, 50 years is enough. It's time to go. So I left. A lot of rain and cloudy, cold. I just said, that's enough, man. I got tired of just waiting for the summertime where it could be nice and sunny. It's horrible. Especially when I had a job. You really don't, man. It's like it's crazy. I remember working. We're still waiting for everybody to come in. I'm just telling the story. I remember when I was working, I had a job, and I remember going to work on nice days, sunny days. That was just like the worst, to go to work on nice days and hope that the sun was still out by the time lunchtime came, whatever. And then really cross my fingers that we had nice weather come Saturday and Sunday, right? 2 days out of the week. And then I remember feeling how I remember feeling very disappointed every time it was rainy or cloudy on my Saturday and Sunday. I was like, damn. And then soon as Monday come, you see the sun come out. You're like, oh God. It's like those odds. It's just so crazy to say, instead of saying, you know what, Linnell, how about we do something about that? How about we make any day you want to enjoy a sunny day, you can? How about we figure that out instead of gambling and praying and hoping that happens? Just the way I think today. It's just so crazy. What's up, Pedro? What's up, Kevin? All right, we're gonna give one more minute. We're gonna get started. Introduce myself to the new people. What I do, what I can do for you, what I do for people. Okay. Oh. All right, now we're just gonna get started now. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in financing everything that goes down in value, and for some reason just cannot figure out why they're still living paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much money they make, how many raises they get, no matter how much money is given to them. It just doesn't matter. They're still living paycheck to paycheck and can't figure out why. This is because you live in the debt matrix. That's why. And the debt matrix is a place where I lived for the first 40 years of my life before I woke up. Found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, "Hey, you know that math you learned in grade school?" I said, "Well, yeah, Dave. What about it?" He said, "Apply that to your finances and you'll win with money." I was like, "No way is it that easy, Dave." Dave said, "Yes, it is." And then I did it. That's how it happened. Then I became free. Once I was free, I realized I was a slave and didn't even know it. And I didn't know I was a slave when I was a slave. But once I was free, now I knew I was a slave. I was like, oh my God, I was financing cars and shoes and vacations. Yeah, you was doing all that stuff, slave. Sure was. That was me. All right. Got out of debt. Now what I do for a living is I help other people outside of the debt matrix, help them get out. How do I do that? Everything I say that comes out of my mouth can be 100% proven to me mathematically true just with math. 100% never wrong, ever. I'm never wrong. When it comes to your finances, I can tell you exactly why you're a slave, mathematically speaking. Okay. What I do is show people, okay, hey, here, these are what are called glitches in the debt matrix. Thinking you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, right? Believing you got a car on sale, even though you financed it for 84 months. Those are glitches. Like if you did the math, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. I guess if I finance a car, I really didn't get it on sale if I financed it for 84 months. Exactly. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me I couldn't have bought this house without the bank's money? No, you couldn't have. That means you don't what? Own it. That means you financed it, right? Yeah. That means you're going to pay. So the sticker price on the house that you think you got it for, yeah, you didn't get that. Check at the back of your 30-year paperwork. That's your sale price. And then people would wake up, be like, oh crap, that doesn't make any mathematical sense. Yeah. And then I bring them out the debt matrix. That's what I do. All right. I answer questions. I show you things that people cannot see. And the big topic is the one you see right now, the title of this video. If I ask people, are they homeowners? It's like this. Let me give you an example. Okay. All homeowners, raise your hand. You don't have to physically put a one in there. If you call yourself a homeowner, you do, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just so imaginally raise your hand in your head. Okay. All homeowners, right? Now, you do know you're not a homeowner if you have a mortgage, right? You do know that, right? Mathematically speaking, you do know you're not a homeowner, right? Then why did you raise your hand? Why'd you raise your hand in your mind? Because that's a glitch. That's the glitch. You're not a homeowner. The home owns you. It owns you. Now, this is going to be a hard struggle for most of you guys. It's going to be like you're going to be, hey, yeah, I'm angry at what LJ's saying, but his math is right. That's going to be the struggle in your brain. You're going to be like, why am I so upset at what he's saying, even though what he's saying is mathematically true? I'm telling you right now, that's the glitch. All you got to do is trust mathematics, and you'll clearly understand that you're not a homeowner. Like, let me give you an example. Okay. Slaves, they talk about first and second mortgages like it's nothing. I mean, you just go around and talk amongst a slave. They just say, oh yeah, I got a first and a second on my house. It's like, wait a minute, did you just hear what you said? You couldn't afford to buy the house in the first place, so you had to get a mortgage. That means you didn't have any money. So not only did you get one mortgage on a house, you got two mortgages on the same house. And they talk about it's like it's normal. That's a glitch. That's not normal. Only slaves talk like that. If you have a mortgage on a house, the house owns you. If you have two mortgages on a house, I have no idea what to even say to you. I don't even know what to call you. If you have two mortgages on a house, the odds of you ever owning that house, like with the deed in your hand, your name's the only thing on it, are slim to zero. Two mortgages on one house. And those people are still walking around. Check this out. People with one and two mortgages are calling themselves homeowners, the same as people with one mortgage. How do they don't even know when they talk amongst each other, they don't even know who has one and two mortgages, what type of mortgage they got. They all call themselves homeowners. If this is you, you need to stop. You're embarrassing yourself around people with that understand money. You're embarrassing yourself. If you believe you own the equity in a house that you don't own, you got to stop doing stuff like that in public. A paid off house is one of the most best investments ever, ever to have. A paid off house. That is the largest expense in your whole payment plans, all your whole slave payment life. It's always the biggest one, right? The rent or mortgage is always the biggest one. What would happen? You know what would happen if you paid off your house? That would be eliminated. That house would pay you every single month. It would pay you. How would a house pay you? Thinking, oh, how much it's worth or where it's at, or if it's got tri levels and bi levels, and if it looks like this. No, it has nothing to do with any of that. Pay your house off, and you won't have a rent or mortgage to pay for the rest of your life. Something that millions of people do every single day. They just believe they're a homeowner. Pay your house off. You will be a homeowner, a true homeowner. While millions of people are walking around on this earth believing they are, you will be one. Not only will you be one, your house will be paying you because you won't be paying rent or mortgage like the millions of people that believe they're homeowners. Voila. If you understand this in your 20s, if you understand the words that are coming in my mouth in your 20s, and you get a paid off house between your 20s and your 30s, you will kill it financially for the rest of your life. And you got to be debt free. Okay. You guys know, if you come to this channel, you know I'm talking about being debt free. But to even put it this way, for you to even reach the achievement of paying off a house, you cannot be in debt. So don't even try. If you're making car payments, don't worry about paying off a house. Okay. If you're still paying on your student loans for the last 20 years, don't worry about paying off a house. If you have a finance cell phone in your hand, don't worry about paying off a house. If you're walking around on this earth bragging about your credit card limits, don't worry about paying off a house. Don't worry about that part. Don't I'm not even talking to you. Kevin Joe says, LJ, you ain't lying about a job being like prison, especially if you work in a call center. That is, man, you want to torture me? Put me in a cubicle. And I did that for years. All for what? A house? That's why I'm in that cubicle. That's why, hey, you guys that are IT, it really let me put it this to you. It really doesn't matter your profession. Okay. Don't think a lawyer is better than the average person. A doctor is this. No, titles mean absolutely nothing in the area that I'm telling you about. Nothing. You know why people are in jobs that they don't even like? Because of their house. They have a mortgage payment. That's why they're in jobs that they don't like. They have a mortgage payment. They say it all the time. Hey man, I got a mortgage to pay. They tell you why they're trapped. They don't even know they're saying it. Ah man, I got this mortgage to pay. Yeah, you do, slave. That's what I say in my mind when I hear that. Yeah, I know you do, slave. You don't even know it. You don't even know what you're saying. And you're still walking around here calling yourself a homeowner. You slave. You got a mortgage? Yeah. The house owns you, slave. You don't own it. What's up, Eric? Muhammad says gambling is the easiest way to be a slave and the best way to be financially free and debt free. And also, the best investment ever is owning your home. It's that simple. You know, slaves don't understand why casinos are making so much money, right? They don't even get it because they're in debt. They're so busy chasing money. They think they're going to get it there. Okay, well, they're going to provide a place for your dreams. That's why I could never gamble. I could never do it. Even when I was in debt, I could just never do it. I just like, wait a minute. I, I make $50 an hour and then I'll go to casino and lose that in like 5 minutes. I was like, no, I ain't doing that. Mm-mm. You know what that showed me? I valued my time. I didn't know it at the time, but I valued my time. I was like, man, I make $50 an hour. I can lose that in 5 minutes. But wait a minute, it took me an hour to make that. Now you times that by thousands of dollars, people gambling away money. Mm. And you guys got to understand this too. Slaves, money doesn't exist for slaves. Their whole world is not even real. It's an hallucination. Slaves don't even know the home they're in owns them. While they're walking around calling themselves homeowners, no, the home owns you, slave. 30 years? Yeah, that's slavery right there. Believe that. 30 when they convince people that it takes 30 years to pay off one house, are you crazy? That says something about you. Say like the house is $300,000. You mean to tell me you can't make $300,000 in 30 years of your life? That's what you're saying to me. That's what I hear. Wait a minute. That house costs $400,000. Out of 30 years of your life, you don't think you're going to make $400,000? Are you crazy? Now, that says a lot about you. Eric says, I know a slave that think he owns a $200,000 house paying $1,200 a month for 30 years. He will pay almost 500,000. He will never see the end. He will never own that house ever. Ever. He probably got an FHA mortgage. And if he has a FHA mortgage, he's never going to own the house. No, no, you're not. Only slaves, only slaves sign on the dotted line for FHA mortgages. Okay. And if you have one, if you're listening to this video and you have an FHA mortgage, they took full advantage of you financially. Sorry. If you read at all the things that come inside a FHA mortgage and you signed on a dotted line, only slaves would do that. Because if you read that mathematically, there's no way in the world you would ever sign such a deal. But if you did, I'm sorry, they took financial advantage of you. You don't own nothing, and you never will. What's up, Gabriel? Pedro says, LJ, a friend of mine. Just a second, let me put this up there. I never put that up there. Friend of mine who has a dealership license told me that cars are expensive at auction right now because of the high demand. I guess more people are buying cars now. Hmm, who knows? You know, it's like more cars are being repossessed than ever before. They will be. They will continue to be that way for the next at least 3 to 5 years. People are in debt. So a car, I don't know why. I don't know. I really don't understand that. That doesn't kind of make sense, but I could see a lot of cars being repossessed for sure. What's up, Art Carp? Eric says, I live in Atlanta. Also, oh, Stephen. Eric says, I like my apartment till I can cash out my home. Exactly. FHA, no doubt about it. That's horrible. FHA mortgages are horrible. I'm gonna say this to you young people so you can understand, and you follow me mathematically only, okay? Invest in paying off where you live. All right? Invest in paying off where you live. Don't worry about all the other stuff that people are telling you around you what you should invest in. Anybody, put it this way. Anybody that's giving you financial advice, this is what I want you to ask. Just say to them, hey man, should I pay off my mortgage? And if they say no, you ask them, do you have a mortgage? If they say yes, that's why they're telling you not to pay off yours, because they have one. They think it's normal. They think it's normal to have mortgages. They think it's normal. It's not normal. It's only normal for slaves. Pay your house off and it pays you every single month, no matter where it is. It doesn't matter. Everybody must pay rent or mortgage or mortgage. They must pay. Okay. If you want to live somewhere, you have to pay something. If you don't own it, yes, pay yours off. And that expense is now gone. It's gone forever. It's gone. Can you imagine how fast your money was stacked with no rent or mortgage? Imagine that. Just take imagine. Just hey, think about all your debt and take out the rent or the mortgage bill. How much money would you have then? That's why you do it. That's it. I'm showing you guys the way. I'm telling you guys what to do. FHAs let slaves exactly. That's check this out, Eric. Slaves don't even know why they're attracted to low down payments. They don't even understand why they're attracted to that. You know why? Because they have no money. They're broke. That's why they're attracted to it. When you understand money and how it works, you would say, hey, that's a very bad thing. Why would I only give you mean put 3% down and finance the rest of the 97% of the house? No, I'm not doing that. No. But slaves don't think that way. They're just attracted to the low down payment, the low credit score. A friend can help you. You can get down payment assistance. All of those are signs of people with no money. That's why you need all those plans. That's why you need all that help and assistance, because you have no money. They know once they get you in that house, they know you're not going to ever own it, but yet you're going to believe that you're a homeowner just like everybody else. No, you might be just like everybody else with mortgages. Pedro says, I think people were getting paid the extra $600 a week, bought those cars. For sure they did. You better believe it. What's up, Sal's? El Marshall, what's going on? Cosmo says, owning a home that you live in isn't an asset, still a liability. The home you live in still expenses, rental. See what Cosmic's saying, she's not even understanding what I'm saying. The house is an asset to me. A paid off house is an asset to me, and this is why it's an asset. Why millions of people are paying mortgages and rents, I'm not. That's money in my pocket every single month. So when they check this out, so say like I had a paid off house in whatever area, and then they say, hey, let's scan the area and see what rents and mortgages are going for this area. And then they find out it's $3,000 a month, right? That's $3,000 more I'm making a month than everybody in my area by not having a mortgage. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I want people in this room to understand. That's what I'm talking about. It is 100% for sure an asset that millions of people cannot see. The majority of people do look at a paid off house like that. Hey, wait a minute, you're still paying out money, and that means it's not considered an asset because you're paying. No, I'm not talking about that. Do what people cannot see, that you're not paying rent or mortgage. That's money in your pocket. Whatever that paid off house is, it's an asset. I don't care what anybody says. It's an asset to me and my finances. This is how you must look at it. This is how you must look at it. Anything outside of you personally, you look at it as business. You look at what Cosmic saying, hey, this is do that and the rent and da, 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 da. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. I'm only talking about you personally, the business of you. Whatever you don't pay, that the majority of the people in the United States are paying, is money in your pocket. I promise you this. I see, Cosmic. I'm telling you, it is going to give me a check every month. You know what it is? It's going to give me a check of phantom income by not having to pay rent or mortgage. It's called phantom income. This is very real. I promise you, it's real. It's real. So whatever rents or mortgage, hey, I bought a house and paid off house, and the average rent mortgage is $5,000, $10,000 in this area, $5,000. That means I'm making $5,000 more a month than everybody in my area by not paying $5,000. BK from the Rocky says the only good part I see from paying on a house is that I don't have to renegotiate my lease every year. However, the bill still sucks. Hmm. It all counts on how you're looking at it, man. I mean, it, hey, rent is rent, and I'm going to pay rent until I'm dead, until I get a paid off house. I'm not going to rent from the bank. My house is going to be an asset to me. Why is it going to be an asset? Because I won't be paying rent or mortgage. That's an asset. Then that makes me truly free. As long as you have a mortgage, you're a slave. Understand that. And let's make sure that's clear. As long as you have a mortgage personally, you are a slave to the bank. I don't care if you don't feel like you are, you are. Sal says savings minus debt. All you have to is to pay the insurance on the property. Yeah, property, taxes. You still gotta still pay all that. That's different too. Put it this way. Put it this way, Sal's. You become debt free, you get a paid off house, create a successful business, and you don't even pay your top property taxes no more. Your customers do. That's the freedom. I keep telling you guys, that's the freedom. All you got to do is this is what you got to do. This is my goal. That's what I'm doing. That's my goal. Cosmic, a paid off house is an asset. It gives you freedom to no mortgage or rent. You have somewhere to live and the rest of your hair. Exactly, for the rest of your life. It is an asset for sure. What's up, Nick? What's going on? Air Marshall says, I know someone that works two jobs, got another car note during the pandemic, and believes he can buy a house next year with the low interest rate. I know. All that is slave talk. All that is slave splaining. Slaves have no idea what they're even talking about when they say stuff like that. Not a clue. Slaves have no idea that money in any form doesn't even exist for them, let alone a house. If you're listening to this, if you're listening, trust me, if you're listening to this and you have a mortgage, you don't own the house, and you've been walking around calling yourself a homeowner, you're not. You got to stop saying things like that out loud. I promise you, because you have no idea who is around you that understands money. This is the channel. I'm gonna make sure I give you guys a different perspective, because I was very confused when people would call a house an asset and not an asset. It's a 100% an asset. It pays you every single month. Every single month. Why? Because you won't be paying like millions of people around you will be. You won't. That's how it pays you. Thank you for joining, Ty. I hope you enjoy the videos and stuff that I got up in there, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Renting from the bank. Sure is, BK. Renting from the bank. You notice how slaves with mortgages try to downplay people that rent? Have you noticed that? Oh man, you're throwing away your money on rent and you're doing this, and they're renting from the bank. They have no idea what they're saying. Oh man, you're just throwing away money. Oh, and you're not? Oh, I one day I will own this. What? What are you talking? When you say one day, at least one day. No, this is what they say. At least one day I'll own something. I own. Then why are you calling yourself a homeowner right now, today? Just the next time you hear a slave say that, because you can catch them, they be slave splaining. They don't really understand that, because they'll say, if you say, oh man, I'm cool with renting, they'll be like, oh man, you just throwing your way of money on rent. At least with my mortgage, man, I'll one day own this and this and that. Then you stop and say, then why are you calling yourself a homeowner today then, when you keep saying one day you'll own it? Why do you keep doing that? They won't be able to have an answer for you, because it doesn't make any sense. No, just call them, hey BK, you call them loan owners. LOAN, loan owners. Say you're not a homeowner, you're a loan owner. Kevin Jones says, over here, we care more about time than money. Money is worthless. It's just a tool. Assets, investments are worthless. It's just a tool. All of it's a tool. Kevin's exactly right. It's just tools. They're all tools. I was just telling the members only, man, I am 99% alien, 1% slave. You know why I'm 1% slave? That angers me too. Don't get me wrong. I want you guys to understand something. That bothers me, to be a 1% slave. And the only reason why I'm a 1% slave is because I don't own where I live. That's it. That's the only thing keeping me from owning 100% of my time. I don't own where I live. That's it. Oh, you say I'm a mortgage owner. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, I thought you were saying something else. Yeah, man. Or you could just say, hey, man, I'm a loan owner. It sounds really close. They might mistake it as homeowner, but hey, you've achieved both of your things in one shot. You'd be like, hey, man, you a homeowner? Yeah, I'm a loan owner. You say it really, say it really fast. Yeah, I'm a landowner. Then they'll just think you said homeowner. That way you could you could satisfy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Eric says Dave Ramsey favorite words: live like no one else. Live like no one else. Live like no one else, man. Man, just I mean, picture this. Picture this. Picture it. You own your place and you have no rent and no mortgage. You know how much money? Just think about how with no debt, no mortgage or rent. Imagine how fast your money will stack. Can you? Your head will spin. There's no investment out there that's going to pay you that much money that fast every single month. Every single month, whatever the rent is, mortgage in your area, you gather the information and say, I won't be paying that. That means that's going to be money in your pocket. Each and every month is going to be in your bank account because you're not paying it. Can you imagine? What's up, Hyphy? What's going on? I want neighbors just like you. These slaves are earthborn and raised. Meanwhile, we're legion, the aliens, the Martians. You know, I honestly, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Now that I'm an alien, I love it. Okay, I love the system. I love it. I really do. I love it. It's brilliant. It's none of it's hidden. It's in plain sight. Uh, if you want to call yourself a homeowner with a mortgage, you go right ahead. That's your business. We and I'm gonna talk to you slaves. Okay, if you believe you're a homeowner with a mortgage and you believe you own the equity in the house that you don't own, we need you. Continue right on believing it. All right. If you're making payments on furniture to furnish your house that you don't own, and you got two brand new cars to just to look good with the house, and you're making payments on the two cars too, we need you. Please continue to do what you're doing. You know, I'm not saying you're bad or you're evil. Or you're not smart or nothing. I'm just saying you just don't trust mathematics. That's it. It's nothing. I'm not smarter than you. I don't know finances better than you. I'm just telling you, I trust math and you don't. That's the only difference between you and I. Thank you, Nicer. Now, if you have a question about the title of this video or a question of me, or you think I'm wrong or whatever, just understand you got to come with your gun with bullets in it. Okay, that means you have to trust math. If you come on, you're gonna have to bring your gun. You have to bring your gun. It's gonna have to have bullets, not blanks. That means you have to trust mathematics. Exactly, loan owner. Now, if this is hard to cross over, you've been calling yourself a homeowner so long. I'm just saying, just you can still say loan owner, but just say it really fast, okay? Just you got to ease into it, because people are going to think it's weird if you one day just stop calling yourself a homeowner. They're going to like, what happened? That's what they're going to give you a look. You're like, wait a minute, why you just said you were a homeowner before? Now you're not. Wait a minute, why are you doing that? Right? They go. they're they're gonna be weirded out. So just go, hey, I'm alone. Okay, just do it that way. Oh, shout out to Sal's, man. Wow, I very much appreciate that. Shout out to Sal's, very much. I have never been in debt, but I did have an issue a few years back keeping my overhead low. Alien Squad. Okay, when you say that, okay, well, I haven't been in debt, but I've never been in debt. Wow, okay, that's right there. That's impressive. I'm gonna give you that right now. I've never been in debt. I can't say the same, but I did have an issue with a few years back keeping my overhead low. Oh, just personally. Gotcha. You must mean personally. Okay, yeah. Once you once you get once you get once you start doing it, it's easy. I don't even think about keeping my overhead low. It's just a natural response. You know what I'm saying? Just a natural thing I do. I naturally look for just to keep my overhead low. And one right now, my biggest expense is my rent. So I'm working on doing something about it. I'm going to change that. I am going to be a 100% free alien. I'm going to be. I'm going to be a 100%, not 99%, 100%. Eric says, no one trusts simple math anymore. Nope, they don't. Hey, Eric, that's programmed though. Okay, don't think that's not on purpose. Like, I remember being in school and I used to do algebra and trigonometry because I used to always love math, right? But once I got above 1 + 1 and 6 × 6 and stuff like that, I used to always say to myself, because the answers of algebra come out weird. Hey, y equals x275. It's like I used to say to myself, when am I going to ever use that? That's what I used to always say to myself, even when I got higher in math. Am I going to ever use this in the real world? I used to say that to myself all the time. The answer is no, you're never going to use it. They just throw you off with that stuff so you won't think it's just basic math. Anybody that you tell this information to, they always say the same thing. Oh, it can't be that simple. They always say that. Slaves always say that. Oh, no, man, it's not that simple. It's something this and that and something's added. No, it's not. It's none of that. It's just mathematics. Josh 2006 says, I'm glad I don't pay rent or a mortgage anymore. How's everything this evening? Wow. I know, man. Congratulations. For sure. Congratulations. I don't think you knew the big significance of that. I'm at first, Josh 2000, because I remember when you first told me that. I could hear it in your voice. You didn't really understand what that really means. You know what I'm saying? Because slaves, they just think something totally different. Not saying that you are, I'm just saying in general. What's up, Mecca? What's going on? What's up, Sharif? I think people take debt to live a lifestyle they don't live without credit. Yeah, they do. I mean, you see on social media, social media will make you believe. You look at all those people on social media, you swear that their lives are like they live in debt free and rich. No, they're in debt. Because you got to understand, people in debt spend money a certain way. People in debt, they have a pattern. This is the pattern of people in debt. They don't trust mathematics. That's how you can see them. They don't know aliens like myself can see them. I mean, I can tell them. I say, hey man, I can see you. Why? Because what you just did doesn't make any mathematical sense. And if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense. And I would tell them that, right? They'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? See, I'm not going to explain it anymore. So that's how come they're so easy to see. So when you're looking on social media, I look at with different eyes. I don't see stuff that everybody sees. I see things totally different. Shout out to Johnny Blaze from the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Here's to the Real High Value Fund. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm here to give you guys the real, for real, all mathematically speaking, too. All mathematically speaking. Nicer says, I'm in good mood most of the time. Who else can say that when they finance stuff? I mean, a good mood, not just a temporary rush or high. You know what? You're right, Nicer. It's like that every day. You'll see people on social media say, "Oh man, everybody got problems. Everybody got." No, I don't. I don't have any problems. I don't. I sleep well every single night. I don't worry about anything. I don't care about the current economic climate. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I don't pay attention to any of it because I have no problems. You ever notice when people say that? Oh man, I got problems, and they post it on social media. All the slaves just jump in. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. And then they explain the problem to everybody and blah blah blah. You think a person like me can jump in there and say, "Hey, yeah, I don't have any problems"? They'll say, "Who the f are you? What are you doing in this room? You think I'm gonna be fighting against slaves like that?" Nope. Just keep my mouth shut. No, sir. I ain't doing none of that. Shout out to Nick for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. What happened that woke you up out of the debt matrix? I'll tell you, Nick. It was weird. Okay, and I've told the story many times, but that's okay. I'll tell you again because I love what I do. I remember I just got a raise to $160,000 a year. Right, I went from 110, got a new job, and got a $50,000 raise bumped me up to $160,000 a year. Okay. I was in debt though at this time. I'm in debt. And I remember I had a nice car that of course I was making payments on. I had a Lexus. I lived in a nice one of those tall high rise buildings with the elevators in them and the carpeted hallways, all that stupid nonsense, right? I lived in one of those places, right? Making it and I remember coming home, pulling into my secured garage with the gate and all this other stupid nonsense, right? And I remember going up to my apartment, which is beautiful, nice elevator, walking to my beautiful apartment, nicely furnished. And I remember something was missing. Something, something felt like it was just missing. That part I can't really explain, but I knew I was like, wait a minute, I'm making six figure. I'm a computer engineer because you attach yourself to your job title. That's the biggest mistake. Don't ever do that. I'm a computer engineer. I make six figures. I live here. Got a nice car. I'm single, blah, blah, blah. But something was missing. And I knew it wasn't another person. Okay. It wasn't I didn't think I was missing somebody in my life that was going to fill this void that I was feeling. I just didn't know what it was until one day I was driving home from work because I remember daylight saving time in Washington State. You know, you get up, it's early, sun's barely coming up, you're going to work. And then by the time you get off work, it's already going down. Right. And I remember it was daylight savings time. I remember this specifically. I remember I was going to the gym after work and I parked in the parking lot in the same normal area spot where I normally park to go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. Right. I remember looking at the gym sign because it was LA Fitness. Right. I was in the parking lot looking at their sign. I said to myself, is this going to be my life until I retire from my job at 65? Get up, go to work, go home. Get up, go to work, go to the gym. Sometimes go to the gym. Get up, go to work. Sometimes hang out with a friend afterwards. Get up, go to work, go home. Get up, go to work, go to the gym. I said, am I going to do this for the rest of my life till I'm 65? And then once I'm 65 and retire, then I do what I want to do. That's what I said to myself in the car out loud. Then I said to myself in the car, no way. I said, no way. No, no. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't know what I was going to do to change it. I was just saying out loud that I wasn't going to do that. Because I knew this is outside of what I was feeling, that I was missing life. There was something missing that was life. And then all of a sudden, one day, I came across Dave Ramsey. I was typing in debt. I was typing debt in Google or something. I don't even know it was telling me to type debt, right? But then I came across Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey basically said, hey, take the math that you learned in grade school, apply it to your finances, and you'll win with money. That was it. That was it. Changed my life forever. Changed my life forever. That's what woke me up. Oh, and one more thing I didn't want to forget this, Nick. This is one other thing. I remember one time, this is another thing, right? I remember when I was in debt, I was applying for a loan. Now, I've always had good credit, good income, all that, right? And and I was applying for a loan to pay off another loan or something, just the repetitive slave stuff, right? But this particular time, the bank told me no. You know, they said, sorry, Mr. Young, we can't. I was like, what? I said, wait a minute, my credit's good. I make a six-figure income. What's going on? They said, your debt to income ratio is too high, so we have to deny you of this loan. I was like, what is debt to income ratio? That's what I never even looked at that before that I was denied. Okay. And basically, the debt to income ratio thing said like this. It said, hey, if you got more debt than you do your income, this is the ratio, and that means you can't borrow no more money. You're pretty close to bankruptcy and all this other stuff. This is what a debt to income ratio thing, right? So at first I just looked at that and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why they denied me, because of this DTI. But something else said to me, it's like, wait a minute, Lena, wait, whoa, don't stop there. Okay. And I can't explain this. I don't know where this came from, right? Something said, don't stop there. Wait a minute. You have good credit. You have a good job and you got good income. You got a high credit score. You've been following all the rules. But Linnell, this time they're denying you. Why are they denying you for following the rules? That's what the thing said to me. You followed all their rules, but this time they're telling you no. Even though you got good credit, you got a high credit score, and they've been saying all your life, as long as you got a high credit score, you can borrow as much money as you wish, Linnell. But this time they're telling you no with a high credit score. Something's not making sense here, right? That doesn't make sense to me. It can't be your income. You're making really, really good money, right? Yeah. Why are they telling you no? Have you always made your payments on time, Linnell? Well, yeah. Why are they telling you no, Linnell? That's what you need to figure out. And then when I figured out I was a slave, it was because I was in debt. My whole world changed. Woke me right up. I was like, wait a minute. Sharif says, almost most people are in debt. So when you're not in debt, you can look like a weirdo. That's how I feel. You know what? Okay. You got to work on becoming an alien, Sharif. You do. You got to learn how to fit in. Okay. You see me. I have no problem going in public talking, being amongst the other slaves. They don't know I'm not a slave. They just think I'm just like them. That's all. You just don't act any different. Just don't talk about money around them. Okay. Just don't talk about money. Don't talk about finances. Hey, check this out. If they finance a car, you pretend to be happy for them. If they finance a house in the middle of a worldwide pandemic like we're at right now, you congratulate them. You say, hey, congratulations on your new house. And then when they furnish that house with furniture that they have on a credit card, you say, hey, man, nice furniture. You do, hey, man, I'm gonna redo the backyard, man. I'm gonna pull out the equity. I'm gonna redo the house, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, whatever. Hey, man, let me know when it's done. Then come over and congratulate them. Wow, that's gonna increase the value of the house. You disagree with them, sure will, but you can't tell them not for you though. You can't tell them, hey, wait a minute, man. You think you're gonna borrow the bank's money and fix up the bank's house and think the house is worth more to you? You can't tell them that. You will look like a weirdo if you say you can't say nothing like that. You will look like a weirdo for sure. Mecca says, LJ, did you fix up your truck while getting out of debt or after you got no, while getting out of debt? That was a good therapy for me. Really. I enjoyed working on my truck during when I was getting out of debt. I learned a lot about my truck for sure. Charles says, LJ, thanks. Before my dad died, he always told me to never. Oh, shout out to Rainey for the Cash App donation. Thank you very much. I hope I'm saying that right too, by the way. Appreciate you. Before my dad died, he always told me to never mortgage your land because it's a wealth and a blessing, and don't get it into debt if you don't need. Exactly. And he's right. It is. It is. If you own where you live, that your house pays you every single month. Every single month. Eric says $12K a month before taxes, something like that. Don't get me wrong. When I was getting out of debt, that salary came in handy. Okay. Having that, this is another blessing for me. Now, at first I'm upset, you're a little upset that I paid for what I paid for my college degree, but that's my fault for keeping it that long, right? College is really not that expensive if you pay for it, right? But if you keep the student loan for 20, 30 years, of course it's going to be expensive for you, right? But had I not got that education, I wouldn't have been able to have the tool to get me in the door to make that kind of money. And computer engineering, I was very good at what I did because I really enjoyed what I did, right? So I really enjoyed it, right? But that salary helped me pay off my debt really, really quick. But on top of that, I minimized my life. I moved in with my sister into a room. It was just I went all the way, all the way. E-Man says, "Yep, that's what I do. Blend in, just blend in." Marshall says, "I'm the alien. All I do is congratulate them." That's all you do. Hey, congratulations, man. Hey, look at my brand new car. I deserve it. I got a raise. Yeah, you don't even know you set yourself back 3 steps, but whatever. Congratulations. Congratulations on your new debt. I see all these people on on social media with holding the key in their hand of the new house in the middle of 2020 in a worldwide pandemic virus conditions, and they're happy with a big smile that they bought a house during this time. Full price. Full price. You know what that really is? The bank is just locking the hey, when this housing market takes a dump, right? Those people are going to be locked into the housing market prices of today. They're still going to be getting those payments. They're still going to be getting those payments. So even though their house is not, oh, my house lost about 300,000. Your house didn't lose anything. Just continue to make those payments, period. You got to blend in, man. If you want to, hey, check this out. If you're an alien, if you ever want any friends, you have to blend in. Okay. If you want some friends outside of like the SMD family, okay. If you want, and there's not many of us, all right. If you want to have friends, you're gonna have to blend in. You're gonna have to ignore when they talk about money. You got to work on that part. Whenever they talk about money, you have to ignore it. You're gonna wanna jump in and try to save them and say, "Hey, man, don't do that." Hey, you're in debt. You're really not donating any. You're really not contributing to your 401k. You're really not getting a match. Okay, you're not. Like this is all you got to say to them. Hey, the 401k, you can max it out at $19,500, right? You do know that, right? Yeah, they'll say, well, yeah, I heard. Tell them, hey, why don't you just do that? They'll say, oh man, I can't afford to do that. And you say, you know why? Why? Because you have no money. So even the amount of money that you're contributing to your 401k, you don't even have that. You're not getting a match of anything. You can't say that to them, though, right? They'll look at you like you're nuts. Mecca says, it's hard seeing my people keep going into debt. It's very difficult. Once you get out of debt, you'll clearly see that it has nothing to do with color. It doesn't have nothing to do with the color of your skin. Nothing. Nothing. The people that you hear complaining about, oh, this is why I ain't got no money and this and that, and because of this and taxes and blah, 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 and this and that. You say, do you have student loans? You say, yeah. How long did you go to college? They'll say 4 years. You graduated 20 years ago, right? Yeah. That's what's keeping you in where you're at. You're paying for college longer than going to college. Hey, you making car payments? Yeah. How long are you making car payments for? 84 months. You're paying on one car for 7 years? You're paying on one car for 7 years. Yeah, that's what's keeping you where you're at financially. That. Mecca says, I have a cousin who cries about her and her boyfriend credit cards, saying they paying them down, and then next thing they know, they're running them back up just to feel good. Exactly. I remember those days. I'm not even, hey, slaves, if you guys are listening, I'm not even picking on you because I was a slave. And if you're a slave in debt listening right now, I'm gonna share something with you guys. I'm still 1% slave. I'm 99% alien. I am still 1% slave. You know why? Because I don't own where I live. That's why I'm a 1% slave. I always have to earn money to pay my rent. Else I have no place to live. If I had a mortgage. So people with mortgages, so you don't think you're not renting. You're renting from the bank, okay? People with mortgages, you have to work to pay your mortgage. You have to, as you can't live where you live. Once you own where you live, that's no longer a problem. Jaw says, when a person finances a car, I look at how they depreciate over time. I see how a three valve Mustang, three valve, six C6, C7 Corvette have devalued over time. They're way cheaper than MSRP. Put it this way: when I look at a brand new Corvette, just let's say a loaded new one this year, and then they do a sticker price of $100,000. When I see a car like that, you know what I say to myself? It didn't cost $100,000 to make that car. No, it didn't. Not even close. It did not cost $100,000 to make a loaded Corvette. It did not cost that much money. But if you believe it cost that much and you're willing to finance it on top of it, you go right ahead. That's why you're in the position you are, slaves. That's why slaves do what they do. Cars don't cost that much money to make. They just got good advertising to make you believe they do. That's it. L. Marshall says there never ever going to be many of us, and there will be jealous of us aliens. They can't put it this way, L. Marshall. They can't be jealous of us if they don't know you exist. The only reason why people know I exist because I'm on the air, I'm on YouTube talking about it. But if I'm just walking around, nobody knows who I am. They just, hey, that's LJ. Maybe somebody will know LJ. Hey, that's LJ. Hey, what's up, man? That's it. Other than that, I'm just like everybody else. I fit right in. I'm not flashy. No reason for any of that. I'll talk amongst the slaves. I know I was a slave before, so I know how to slave splain. But when they start talking about money, I shut up. I now say nothing. Like let me since hey, this is my channel, so I'll just say it. If you got put it this way, if you're listening back there, okay? If you got student loans older than your children and you're giving financial advice, you need to shut down your business. If you're an accountant that you went to school for, college, and you're in debt, you need to change professions. If you're a doctor with a nice house and nice car and the picture perfect family, and you got $400,000 in student loan debt you've had for the last 15 to 20 years, you need to stop practicing. Mm, there can't be many of us. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. Hey man, I'm very cool with that. You know why I'm cool with that? Because we will remain free. And I want to reiterate to everyone in this room, I absolutely love the system. Love it. I absolutely love it. Love it. It's beautiful. It favors nobody. It's just there. It's just there. It's not doing anything. It's just say, hey, if you want to use it right, you must trust mathematics. If you don't trust math, the system is against you. If you trust math, the system is for you. Run and hide like Neo and the others in the Matrix. Nope, no hiding from me. I'm not doing no hiding. Not sure what I asked that. Nick says, when I got my car taken away, that's when I woke up. I started seeing everything in cash. I've never had that happen. I've always, and I'm not downing you for it, Nick, okay? Because I was still a slave. So just because I say this, don't think I was a better slave than you. I was still a slave. All right. I always made my payments on time, so I never got a car repossessed, but I'm still a slave. So please don't misunderstand that. But like I said, what woke me up was this. I just couldn't imagine myself doing this over and over. And the biggest fear was actually quitting my job, quitting a high paid job that I didn't have to quit. Not saying I'm quitting this job because the conditions are bad. I'm quitting this job because it sucks here. No, I love the people I work with. Everybody was great. I had great bosses and all this other stuff, but I had to quit my job. I had to. I don't know why I had to. I just knew I had to. And I did it. Scared the shit out of me. Scared me to give a 2 weeks notice. And they say, well, why? And I didn't have an answer for them. They said, what you gonna do, LJ? You know what I said? I said, I have no idea. They looked at me like I was what? An alien. Only aliens say such things. Okay. You quit a perfectly good, high paying job, and then they say, where you going? And you say, I have no idea. They look at you like an alien. That's how they looked at me. Now, at the time when they gave me that look, I didn't know I was an alien at that time. Okay. I didn't know I was. I just remembered their look. What do you mean you don't know what you're going to do? I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. They were like, oh my God, I wish I could do that. You know what I said to them? I said, you can. They said, how? I said, you just got to get out of debt. They were like, forget that. I was like, okay, see you later. Haven't looked back. Now, now, now I want you guys to understand something. Don't get me wrong. I had withdrawals. Okay. It's like coming off of heroin. Not that I know for a fact, but from what I saw, what I see on TV, like when you see people coming off of drugs, it was like that. Quitting my job and saying I'm never going back to what I've always known for the last 20 years of my life was computer engineering, which I paid a high price for a degree for to even get the position. I was giving it up all. I was giving it all up. That was a big part of it. I had to let it go. I had to let go of the identity of myself attached to that. It was many things that happened by quitting that job. Many things. I went through withdrawals. Hey man, let me apply for some jobs. And I'm gonna tell you guys so you guys can understand. I was applying for a few months out. I was getting nervous. I started applying for jobs. Do you know everybody turned me down? Everybody. Every job that I applied for turned me down. That has never, ever, ever happened to me in my life or in my career, ever. Nope, sorry. So I was like, what? That was on purpose. It wasn't meant for me to get a job. That's why I'm here today talking on this mic. That's why the SMD family exists, because I chose to listen. To me, it was always something saying there's something bigger, there's something bigger, there's something bigger. It was freedom, not being a slave. It was freedom. So put it this way, and I always tell this in the members only too. It's if you ever want to own 100% of the time in your life, you cannot have a job. Mathematically speaking, how will you ever achieve that? Hey man, that's totally up to you. I can't tell you that path. That path is only yours. Whatever that is, I did it, and I ain't special. I did it. I had no plan. Nobody. Check this out. Nobody to tell me which way to go. Nobody was there because when you coming out and you don't even know what to ask or who or what questions. You don't even know who to ask what. All I knew is that I had to go this way. Go this way. No, not that way, Linnell. Stop trying to get a job. That's why you keep getting turned down. That's why nobody's picking you up, because it's not that way, LJ. It's this way. And that's what I did. That's what I did. The universe is steering me. Sure is, nicer. You have to trust into something you can't see, taste, touch, smell, all the five senses. You can't. Nope. You can't even ask anybody, hey man, I got this voice in my head that keep telling me to go this way. You ever get that voice? People are gonna look at you like you're crazy. Oh man, you got a voice in your head. Yeah, okay, you can't see, you can't do it. It don't mean you crazy. That doesn't mean you're crazy. Good luck. It's freedom. I'm 1% slave. I'm a 1% conscious slave, though. There's a difference. There's unconscious slaves and they're conscious slaves. Unconscious slaves are 100% slaves. Okay, they're 100% slave. 100% don't even know they're a slave. But then conscious slaves, their percentages change, because now they know they're in debt. That's why they're a slave. They're doing whatever it takes to get out of debt right now. They're doing whatever it takes, work 50, 60 hours right now. They're gonna blend in with the slaves at work now, begging for overtime. Hey man, can I work on the weekends? Can I work 60, 70, 80 hours a week? Please, 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 master, please, please. They're gonna blend it, but they're gonna have a different purpose. They're working those kind of hours so they can get out of debt faster, so they don't ever have to beg for extra hours again. That's the difference. They'll blend in with you other slaves because they'll fit just right in. But once they get out of debt, you're going to see them drop off. You're going to see them never ask for overtime. They're never going to be complaining about working over hours because they're never going to allow it. When 5 o'clock hits, they're going to shut down and leave. People notice, like, let me give you an example how what's going to happen once you become debt free at work. This is what's going to happen, and this is going to be the first time you're going to know you're an alien. Okay, this is going to be one at a time. One day you're going to be in your cubicle, right? And then you're going to realize you can't remember if you got paid last week or this week. Okay, you're like, damn, did we get paid last Friday or did we get paid this Friday or did we get paid this Friday? And then you're gonna pop your head up over the cubicle and you're gonna ask your coworker and say, hey man, did we get paid last Friday or we get paid this Friday? They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. They're gonna be like, what? You don't know when we get paid? That's how they're gonna look at you. These are alien moments, okay? I want you guys to understand something. Those are alien. That's why they're looking at you like that. They think you're an alien. Who doesn't know payday? Slaves always know payday. When you're not a slave anymore, you don't remember what paydays are. You'll just check to make sure the money's deposited. I'm giving you guys alien moments so you guys understand what those looks mean. Hey, when you call up the HR, when you call up the HR, or when you get online, right? Say like this, a lot of this stuff is online. So a lot of these 401k, a lot of employers have their 401k things online. So where you can go in there and just move a bar to contribute to how much you want to contribute, right? When you get debt free, you're going to go up there and say, max it out. You're going to put the bar all the way up. And guess what? HR is going to give you a call. They're going to like, hey, you're going to say, hello. They're going to say, hey man, we noticed that you put your bar all the way up to the thing to take out the maximum allowed to max out your 401k per year. You're gonna say, yeah, I did it. They're gonna say, you know how much they're gonna take out per check. You're gonna say, yeah, I did it. They're gonna say, oh, okay, well, we were just calling to make sure you didn't make a mistake, because nobody does that. Only aliens do that. That's why they're checking. That's not normal. See what I'm saying? They did that to me. They called me up and said, hey, we just want to make sure you didn't make a mistake. I was like, no, I didn't make a mistake. I did that on purpose. See what I'm saying? Shout out to Kevin for the $3.24 super chat. I don't know how you came up with that number, but thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Sal says, jobs steal your time. Actually, Sal's jobs don't steal anything. People sign up for that. They sit you down at the table and they interview and they say, hey, if we hire you, this is how much we're going to pay you per year. And then you say yes. And then you sign on the dotted line and say, okay, you want me here 40 hours a week. You want to call me anytime you wish. You want to pay for my phone. That's why they pay for your phone, you guys, so they can call you anytime they want. That's not nothing like, don't feel privileged because your job's paying for your phone. They're not doing that because they like you. They're doing it so they can have 24-hour access to your life. You won't say shit if they're paying for your phone. They can call you anytime they want. What are you going to say? Don't call me. They're paying for it. It's so obvious to me today. It's so crazy. But anyway, you sign on the dotted line and say, hey, man, I'm selling this to you for the salary that you're paying me. This chunk of my life, you guys own. All right. Period. And the job says, okay, this is how much we're going to pay you for it, minus taxes. Marshall says, debt-free life, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see so much. So much. Kevin says, true people give their own time away. Give it away. Now, if you're in the background, slaves, especially you high-tech slaves, all right, I'm gonna give you a little bit of my background. I'm talking too fast. A little bit of my background, right? I was a virtual engineer. Specialty was VMware software, okay? I was VMware admin, servers, virtual servers, put them in a DMZ, blah, 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 make them connect remotely, VDI, all that, so you guys can understand the level I was at, okay? They paid me salary. You guys know we make salary, but check this out. Check this out so you guys pay attention. Now, usually there's usually an on-call rotation, right? There's an on-call rotation. Hey, you maybe every few months, every few weeks, or whatever you want to do. But that's when you're on call for a week, or however it's designated, right? They can call you 24 hours a day. That's expected, right? But have you noticed they always call you outside of the on-call rotation? Have you noticed that? If there's any problem and you're good at this area where you're at, they still call you anyway. You notice that, right? What good is the on-call rotation if they still call you anytime they wish? You know why you allow them to do that? Because they pay for your phone. That's why you allow that. They don't pay. Now, when you sat down and signed your contract, there was nowhere in their contract that they said they can call you 24 hours a day anytime they wish. Was that in your contract? That pretty much means they own your life. If your job can call you anytime they wish, that means they own 24 hours of your life. You don't own any of it. Check this out. For the salary that they're paying you. You know why you do that? Because you're in debt. That's why you accept that. I did that. Andre says, funny, I get that all the time. The best is when I ask for a higher deductible for my insurance. I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one. Shout out to Steven for the Cash App donation. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. I forgot about that one, Andre. You're right. I remember calling my insurance company. I asked for the highest deductible, and I said, "Did you guys go higher than that?" They was like, "No, that's our max." I was like, "Oh, okay. You guys sure?" They was like, "Huh?" Oh, I forgot about that one. That is true, man. That is so true. Oh gosh, where we at here? Trying to catch up. Okay, there we go. Steven says, I removed the payday reminder from my cell phone calendar. I was on vacation a couple of weeks ago and I forgot we got paid. See what I'm saying? Oh, the payday. Oh, you had a payday reminder on your. Oh God, I just now read that again. Right? You totally forget. You totally forget. You just log into your account just to make sure they deposited the money. Right? You're just like, oh, we did get paid last. Okay, let me just check to see if it's there. All right, cool, it's there. Black Candace says, back in the day, I did not know when I got paid. Also had to check when my rent was due. I used to pay ahead 6 months. I would win the $100 giveaway for on time. It's also, God damn, look at that. $100 giveaway to give away. Okay, you guys really don't see that for what it is. Okay, this is crazy. That when they give you a gift for the person paying their rent on time, that should tell you you live amongst a bunch of slaves. If they have to reward you to pay your bills on time, that is just crazy. And who's winning? The person that understands money that naturally pays their rent on time. God. Oh man, Dominique says, "What if you work contract jobs? What does that mean? I don't know what you mean by that." Contract jobs are cool. You get paid more for contract jobs. But I don't understand your question. What about your contract job? What's that mean? Kevin Jones says, I think I will get into contract work after I pay off my student loans. Yeah, I would too. If I could go back as a computer engineer, I wouldn't have been an employee. I would have remained a contractor because contractors always, this is what steered me away from contract jobs because my insurance wasn't paid or your health care is a little higher or you have to pay more on this and that. That's what oh man, forget it, man. I don't want no contract job because this, when you're making much more money, go ahead. And you're debt free. The price of insurance is really not that expensive. It just seems expensive because you're in debt. And when you're an employee, they take care of the majority of it. You know, they tie it in there. No, you're paying for it. Trust me, you are paying for it for the lower salary, right? When you know you can make more as a contractor, I was accepting a lower salary when I knew as a contractor I can make way more money, but I didn't because of my healthcare insurance. It's just the stupidest nonsense ever. So dumb when I think back. Like Kendra says, thank you. I had a mental block on an emergency fund amount since I have no debt. All of my money is available. See what I'm saying? That you don't even need, when you get out of debt, you don't even need an emergency fund because you always have money. Nothing will sneak up on you. LJ is better to super chat or cash app for donations. Yeah. Or I mean, the Cash App is better because I guess what's her name takes out fees in the super chat. YouTube does it takes a certain fee out for the donation, so I don't really get all of that money. Cash App, I get all the money for donations. So Cash App is better because it saves me money. So if you if you caught up in that dilemma knowing that you can make more money as a contractor, then and you don't do it because you know because they're your insurance or whatever, it's probably because you're in debt and you got to get out of debt to see, because it doesn't even make any sense really. Jaws says, come on, hello. There we go. Many companies get contractors anyway when times get hard too. Yeah, just get a contractor. People people think they're safe. Slaves, mostly slaves though. They think they're more safe if they're an employee. They think they believe it's a more of a security blanket. None of it is. Excuse me, I got some water. They believe it's some kind of safe thing. I remember, put it this way. I remember one time when I was working as an employee, right? And I was just about to get a mortgage. I was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna buy me a house close to my job. And that way I only have a like a 5-minute car ride to work, and then I can get back and forth to work sooner and faster and this and that." And then another voice inside of me said, "Well, Linnell, are you saying that if you buy that house, which you're about to get a mortgage, buy means get a 30-year mortgage, are you saying that you're going to work 30 years at this job? What happens if you don't work at this job anymore and then you get a job that's on the other side of town? Then what will your commute be? It would be horrible, but you won't be able to do anything about it because you're trapped in this house. So you have to accept the change." And I said, and I listened to that voice too. I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that." And sure enough, I wasn't at that job for like 5, 6 years, and I was out of there. You know how hard it would, you know how hard it would have been for me right now to move from Washington to South Carolina had I had a house, a mortgage, and say like I was just like everybody else in debt. FHA mortgage, no money down, in the middle of a pandemic. And then I decided I want to move to South Carolina. I wouldn't be able to move because I would have to buy my way out of that house. Nobody would buy that from full price. And even if it was full price with the FHA mortgage, I know I would owe more on it than what it's even worth. I would have to buy my way out of it. And if I was in debt, guess what? I wouldn't be able to. I would have to give the house up because I had no money. They already know that. That's why people with FHA mortgages are 9 times out of 10, they're never going to own the house ever. Amina says, "I like to work as a contractor and just use Medicaid." Exactly. See what I'm saying, Amina? Exactly. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. There's no lying. You just go down, sign up, tell them the truth. Hey, this is my situation. Don't be lying to them. Don't do anything illegal. You tell them everything. You leave nothing out. This is me. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm applying. This is because you don't plan on being on it forever. You just, hey, this is the way it is right now. What's up, NC Biggs? Josh 2003 says, "I remember one independent businessman was saying that it's safer being independent. This way you can get fired, and if you lose a contract or a client, you can get another one." That's true. You gotta, honestly, man, once you when you're in debt, put it this way, when you're in debt, it's just like a house. You think you're a homeowner, no different. When you're in debt, you believe there's something outside of you that is going to set you free. You believe if you invest in the stock market, if you invest in real estate, if you invest in this and that, you think something outside of you is going to get you out. No, it's only you. All you got to do is invest in you to get you out of debt. Invest in you, the business of you. That's all you got to do. Stop believing that you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage. Stop believing that the only way to get a car is to finance it. Stop believing that it's okay to finance cell phones every single year to get a new one. You got to, as soon as you stop thinking like that, that means you're investing in you. Now I'm gonna put this up here again. If you guys have any questions of me, you guys can ask. You can come on. You can click on the link, ask a question of me. I'll tell you the mathematical answer for free. For free. This channel will be unlike any other channel on YouTube. I'm telling you, and it's everything. And when I say unlike, I'm not saying that to be bragging like, ooh, I'm the baddest, I'm the biggest and best. No, I'm the simplest. I'm the most simple to explain this to you. Everything down to bare bones mathematics. Everything is bare bones. All you gotta do is believe the math that I'm sharing with you, and you'll be free. As long as you don't believe in mathematics, you will never be free, ever. Did Amina service businesses? I'm not sure what you're asking, Sal. Did Amina service businesses? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Any questions? What I do will change your life forever. That's what I do. That's my purpose. It will change your life forever. You will never be the same. You will thank me for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, you will thank me. I promise you. What I teach is generational. Not only once you know, not only will your life change, you will change the lives in your family, especially if your kids are still young. You know, they're still under your control. They still have to listen to you. If you get them that young, right now they're trainable. You can show them. You can say, "Hey, this is just the way it is. This is how we do it. And they'll just grow up knowing that's how they do. Just trust mathematics to the finances." What's up, NC? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I just got a question for you. How do you deal with, like, I guess you know how close I am to being out of debt. So I feel like I just kind of feel stuck right now, even though you know why, of course. It's not a question of why, but just how do you get over these feelings, man? Like I hate these feelings of feeling stuck, even though I know I don't got much left. I'm feeling kind of stuck right now.
Stop thinking about what you can't control. Okay? And I'm serious, man. You got to look at it and you got to say, have I done everything I can do for this situation? Is there anything else I can do? And if it's nothing, you got to say it to yourself, I can't control anything else. And that helps you stop thinking about it.
Gotcha.
And you don't control anything outside of yourself.
Oh.
So if you start because trust me, I know the feeling that you're talking about, but to help relieve that feeling a little bit, you got to say, do I control that? Nope. Okay. Well, let me stop thinking about it.
Yeah, it's sometimes overwhelming, especially when you're so close to being done, you know?
No, I get it. But those are tests too, though. Okay. Even when that stuff happens, you're gonna understand later why that test came. Okay. Right now you don't understand it because you're frustrated, right? You're like, damn, I could have been out. But later on, you're gonna be like, oh, that's why that happened.
Yeah.
Because I had to learn something from it. Okay, put it this way. Look for the lesson in that situation. Okay, what did I learn from from this happening? Okay, what did I learn from that?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about that for a minute because that is what's getting me right now. I'm like, it's getting me.
I mean, look at the financial aspect of it all, okay? And look at the reasons of it all, but look at it financially and mathematically and say, oh, this person didn't have that. This person really thought I was going to do this because that happened. Didn't you just make all the connections? Okay, now I know what everybody thinks. of me, of things like this happening. Now I know what they think of me, what my response. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I change all that. You know what I'm saying? You can adjust to it.
Yeah, because it's super frustrating to be real close, and then the financial burdens just come out of the woodwork. So
Mm-hmm.
I you know you get I understand emergency funds, and I was working on my emergency fund, but that got sucked up with all the nonsense and everything. So
Well, this is what it is. Okay. I'm gonna give you the outside perspective so you can see what it is. Okay, from my version, it's to see how you feel about it. See how you feel about it.
yeah,
Now, when you get out of debt, those things are still going to happen, but you're always going to have money. They're still going to happen.
yeah,
All those things are still going to happen, but you're always going to have money. You're not going to have to worry about an emergency fund because you're always going to have money. So now imagine, put it this way, imagine that same situation happened, but you got $100,000 cash in the bank. Now, how would you feel about the situation?
yeah. I probably wouldn't care as much.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Oh, hey, okay, next time be careful. All right, let's do this now. How much is this? Okay, cool, done. That's how it's going to feel once you're out of debt.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
So when people in debt say, "Oh man, when it rains, it pours," and things happen. Well, that's true. Things happen, but when you have money, they happen very differently.
Yeah, yeah. It seems that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just sucks because I had just my situation. I had, like I told you, I gave up. I had just paid, like I said, I had just paid $1,000 as part of my plan to to my debt,
Mm-hmm.
and then that happened, and I was just like,
And again, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Now, if you had $100,000 in the bank and then you paid $1,000 to something, and then this happened, would you care?
no, not at all.
Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but you're working on getting on the other side. That's once you get onto the other side, you're not gonna care about that kind of stuff. You'd be like, oh damn, okay, all right, we're gonna do something to make sure that don't happen anymore. That's what you're gonna do.
Exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to hear your opinion on it. I've been fighting it, but it's been very annoying. I've been very, 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 very like discouraged on
That's
that
because
part.
that's the ego. That's the ego talking to you. Oh man, right when this is about to happen, this changed everything, man. It's gonna be, man. Now things are bad. Everything gonna be going there now. None of that. That's an illusion.
No, I'm glad it's an illusion because it sure feels like it sometimes.
Yeah, it's an illusion. It's an illusion, man.
Well, I'm gonna let you get back to it. Thank you.
All right, man. No problem. Thanks for jumping on.
Bye.
All right. Black Candace says, okay, you are through the threshold, no debt, and money doesn't drive you. What question did you ask yourself that brings you to your next job or career passion? What question did you ask yourself that brings you to your next? Well, I didn't ask anything. I just listened. Black Candace, I didn't know what I was going to do after I quit my job. I want to make sure this is crystal clear for everybody in the room. When I quit my job, I had no idea what I was going to do. None. And let me tell you guys the truth, okay? So you guys can understand this because I've been at this about 6, 7 years. The first year I quit my job, I didn't do anything. I slept all day, got up, went to the park sometimes, washed my car, worked on my car, cooked. I did whatever I wanted to do. I didn't look for it. Now, the first couple of months I was looking for a job. Don't get me wrong. Okay. I was scared. I was still nervous, but truth be told, I didn't do anything. I just slept. I did a lot of sleeping. It felt good just to sleep in. Okay. I know it sounds weird, but it felt so good to sleep in every single day. Not even get up at 6. I've been getting up at 6:00 a.m. every single morning. It felt good to wake up at 10. It felt good to wake up at the crack of noon. I didn't care if people thought I was lazy. Oh man, you're just wasting your life away. All the slaves that are going to work, they're all going to say that to you. Oh man, you're just wasting your life away as they get up every day at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, deal with the same fucking traffic every day and say the same things when they come home. Traffic to work, traffic to home. Oh, it's traffic during lunch. They talk about the same old things, but then when you're sleeping at home, they're calling you lazy. You know what it really is? They're just jealous because they can't sleep either. That's it. It was lovely, man. I didn't do anything for the first year. I just did nothing. I had to the first year I had to withdraw off of what I've known for 40 years. 40-hour work week, Saturday and Sundays or weekends. Look forward to the holidays. A 3-day 3-day weekends. Wow, there's a day off we get extra days off on Christmas and all this other stuff. All that is programmed, you guys. I want you guys to clearly understand that's a program. There are no special days. Saturdays and Sundays are not special. They're just days of the week. Okay. Monday is not really bad. It's bad to slaves. They don't you know why they hate Mondays? Because they don't want to go to work. That's why they hate Mondays. That's the only reason why Monday is, you know why Fridays are good? Because that's the last day. The weekend's here. They're away from a place they hate. Isn't it obvious? Hey, Wednesday's hump day. They're halfway through. They're halfway with getting out of something that they hate being there. They're halfway through. It's so crazy. It's just so crazy. I say follow whatever your passion is. You have to listen to the voice inside your head. I guess just listen to it, man. It's not like a voice that you hear me talking like right now. It's something that here's the best way. Okay, here's the best way that I can describe it to you. Have you ever been walking somewhere, right? And something says, man, don't walk that way. You probably shouldn't go through that area, or maybe you shouldn't go over so-and-so's house today. It happens like that. Some out of nowhere, you might be going somewhere and they say, hey man, don't go over to so-and-so's house today. Just listen to that. But most people don't listen to it because it's not a voice that they really hear. They understood that something said that to them. This is the same thing with me. It's been like that all my life. Okay. Even when I was a kid, but even when I quit my job, this has said, hey man, something was like saying, hey man, don't worry about that part. Just quit your job. I was talking back to the voice, talking about, hey, what am I going to do? I've been doing this for 20 years. I got a college degree. If I stop working, I'm going to lose my skills. Especially if I'm out of work for 2 years, how am I going to put that on the resume? And they're going to think I haven't been doing nothing for 2 years. The voice said, don't worry about that stupid nonsense. Okay. Just do what I say. Quit your job. I got all that taken care of. And voila, I'm here in front of you guys today, talking to you, helping thousands of people get out of debt. That's it. It didn't say to me, hey, you quit your job, I'm going to guarantee you this position up here on YouTube and you're going to create a SMD family, but you just got to know it doesn't happen like that. It's because it is lovely, Amina. I was unemployed for a year. It was therapeutic. It is absolutely therapeutic. You can either, if you're unemployed like a year, you can either drown in your misery talking about, oh my God, I've been unemployed for so long, or realize that you can do anything you want to do, anything. You can wake up, sleep, watch TV, stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning, eating popcorn. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to get up early. Nobody really pays attention to that. They listen to the slaves around them. Oh, you're lazy. You're not doing anything, because they're jealous that they can't do what you're doing. Andre says you can do anything you want. You just have to believe it. That's all you got to do is believe it. You know, the crazy part is all you got to do is believe in yourself. That's all you got to do. That sounds absolutely crazy. If you want to succeed in anything in life, all you got to do is believe in yourself. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is believe in yourself. Stop believing things outside of you are gonna make you successful. Only you can. Only you can make you successful. The first one is the title of this video. This is the biggest one. This one right here can change your life forever. 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 A paid off house will pay you forever. As long as you live in it, it pays you every single month, no matter what the economy is doing. It doesn't matter if the economy is up and down. Houses are worth this much. This caused this to plummet. No, none of that means nothing to what I'm talking about. Everybody needs a place to live. That means they have to pay. You have a paid off house. You don't. You lose your job. Oh, well, whatever. You still have a place to live. Oh, man, it's taking me 6 months to get a job, man. I can't. It doesn't matter. You ain't going to get kicked out. You own your house. So there's nobody coming to kick you out of your house. Oh, man, you see all these slaves talking about, oh, my God, I lost my house. No, you only lost it because you didn't own it. If you own your house, you don't lose anything. You own it. You young people, if you listen to what I'm telling you in your 20s, you will be rich. And rich is determined by whatever you determine rich to be. Whatever that is, that's your, because everybody's version, you can ask slaves, every slave looks at rich as it's defined differently. There's only one rich. You have money. You'll have real money. Jaws says, for what I want to do, being an independent businessman is better for me. It's coming up with a plan that is getting me. I have a topic I want to expand on. What I say right now, Jaws 2003, whatever that is, you do it. Whatever this is that's inside of you telling you to do this, you do it. You don't make any excuses. You just do it. Don't worry about how it's going to happen, which way it's going to happen. When you're in debt, it's very difficult to listen to the voice. It's very difficult to listen because all you're doing is not you personally, but all you're doing, when you're concentrating on money, you can't hear it because you're concentrating on money. If you concentrated on money, I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong. I promise you, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. LJ, exactly. This is what I love about owning my home, car, and truck. My bills are lower and I'm having lesser stress. Of course, you have no idea how far financially ahead you are of millions of people, Jaws 2003. Millions with mortgages and rent, and you don't. Is it possible to avoid property tax? Sure is. Create a successful business. You create a successful business, guess who pays your taxes? Your customers do, not you. Voila, done. Property taxes paid. How do you create a successful business? Create trust in customers. Whatever you sell, make sure it's good and they trust you. And then they'll pay your property taxes by paying you what you're worth. Voila, property taxes avoided. Well, not for you personally, not legally. On paper, it looks like you're paying your taxes, but you're not working hour for hour for the dollar. You create a successful business and your customers will be paying your property taxes. That's how it works. Tax evasion is illegal. That's against the law. You will go to prison. Tax evasion is illegal. Tax avoidance is 100% legal. Okay? Now, when you're in debt, you probably don't notice something that you probably really don't even pay attention to, okay? Tax evasion can send you to prison. Now, you didn't kill anybody, you didn't hurt anybody, you just lied on some numbers, and that will send you to prison. Now, you got to think to yourself, why would I go to prison for not hurting anybody? Figure out the answer, and then you'll understand why, because that's the backbone of the whole economy. That's why you can go to prison. Take the time to understand the rules, and you're like, oh, that's why you can go to prison. Okay, all right. Well, just follow the rules. That's it. That's all you got to do is follow the rules. Independence is independence is great. Go for it. Sure is. It's nothing like it. Agree to the terms of the contract. Get paid for every hour of work. Fantastic. In and out. No long-term commitment. My brother does this as well, but he's in construction. Yeah, contractor, man. If I could do it all over, I'd be a contractor. Sure would. I'd just be very good at what I was doing, very good at whatever I did. Make sure I got paid top dollar, and I own my own time. Do savage like a rooming house. All right, here we go. We are an hour and 40 minutes into this. I'm getting hungry. If there's any more questions, please ask them now. Time for me to get off. In closing, all right, those of you that are on the fence thinking you have to buy a house, that you have to have a home to be anybody, that's a lie. Okay? That's a lie. If you got people pressuring you, talking about you throwing away your money on rent, stop listening to them. Okay? Especially if they have a mortgage. If they say that to you, hey man, you're throwing away money on rent, and then you go, do you have a mortgage? And they say yes, that's why they're telling you to get one, because they have one. They want you to be like them. Okay? Stop listening to them. A mortgage doesn't make you a homeowner. It makes you a loan owner. If you get a mortgage, you're not a homeowner. The home owns you. If you don't own the home, the equity in the house is not yours because you don't own the home. How can the equity be yours if you don't own it? Stop doing that. If you're in a house right now with a mortgage, stop calling yourself a homeowner in public. Stop it. If you refinance the house to fix up the kitchen or the bedroom, you're not financing, you're not fixing up your house. You're not increasing the value of anything for you. Stop doing that. Now, I hope most of you guys catch this later. You can ask questions later if you want, in the comments, whatever. I answer people in comments. I do. Relevant questions, stupid questions, I don't. I just go, and I want you guys to understand this. If you see me answer comments and I just go, okay, that when you guys see me type okay, that means I'm not talking to slaves. I don't have conversation with slaves. I just go, I end it with okay. So you ever see that? That's what that means. Okay. Okay, what that means, okay, whatever, slave. Landlord is always there to fix anything. I love it here. Always ready to fix anything. $700 of rent sure is. Oh, Nick says SMD, that's what I do now. I am a solar roofing contractor. Do your contracting. Do your work, man. Get out of debt. I don't know if you're in debt, Nick, but get out of debt, man. Your life is going to change. I'm telling you. I was saying that like buying a property and turning it into a rooming house. Well, it counts on what your definition of buying means, Q Savage. What's your definition of buying means? Are you buying this property under business? Yes. If you're buying it under business and this property is not in your name, it's under your business name, yes. But if you catch somebody buying a so-called business property and the house is under their name, they're doing it wrong. Why? Because it's under their name. Renting and paying mortgage is the same damn thing. Yep. Just a different title. You can be evicted from in both. Sure can. From both. Slaves don't know that. Well, anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. All right. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. You guys missed it. Catch the replay. And if there's you guys, I'm looking for suggestions of some title videos, so you guys can shoot them my way in the comments if you want. All right. Before I go, here's my email. Okay. And here is my Cash App. All right. And if you want to find me on Facebook, there I go. If you ever need some help to get your finances straight, personal finances only, there's my website. And you can sign up for a consultation and we can get started. And you can, if you want to share the channel, all you got to do is Google #SavingsMinusDebt. This will be the only channel that pops up in the search. You can find me on Instagram too at SavingsMinusDebt. Where's that at? Right there. All right. Dropped in. Oh, what's up, Yellow J? What's going on, man? You caught right at the end. Just dropped in. We'll have to catch the replay. All right, man. I'm looking forward to hearing your story too, Yellow J, for sure. Johnny says, love the physical therapist vid. I know, isn't it crazy? When you look at that video with debt-free eyes, it's totally different. You watch that video with debt-free eyes, you're like, everything she's saying makes absolutely no sense at all. No mathematical sense at all. Nope, sure doesn't. Everybody's smiling, looking happy, riding, eating, having fun with the boyfriend. It's all an illusion. It's all to the bigger picture. It's really all I know going on, but it's all to make slaves look like it's okay to keep debt for their whole entire life. It's okay. Look, slaves. She's enjoying her life with $230,000 of debt sitting over her head. But look at her. She's smiling, talking about she's investing in her retirement, and her parents taught her this and that. And she's a slave, a $230,000 in debt slave, and smiling and happy about it. Don't you want to be like her? You can do it too. It's okay to keep your debt. And then slaves just believe it. They just believe it. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm hungry. I'm about to get out of here. Still paying for 9:15. We'll let you know for sure. Okay. I'm looking forward to that, Yellow Jack. I can hear it in your voice, man. I could hear it in your voice. All right, you guys, members only. I don't know if you guys know, but I just uploaded a video today just talking about something with me. It's up there today. I just did that at 6 o'clock Eastern time. So if you didn't know, catch the replay up in there. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. All right, see you later.